Okay. Welcome. I'm just going live now. Making sure this works. Perfect. Okay, so welcome and good morning, everyone. I just got to wait because I have to stop it here. Welcome. There we go. Okay, so I don't have to hear myself twice. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So our subject today is a continuation of the whole money issue that makes so many practitioners not focus on really their ability to help others, but and really their ability to get the word out about how they can help people. So I wanted to talk a little bit and then especially answer questions and see what issues you're facing and what are the what are the current problems, if any, that you're confronted with. So, so one of the beliefs that many practitioners have is that the public will find you. Um, I can see a big smile there. So it's like, yeah, if we just, put out our little sign, somebody will show up. And of course, that means they know what we can offer. It means that they know what we can do for them. We know the end results of what will happen for them. And so we can just live our little introverted life of just coming to serve to those who show up. So I just want to demystify that. Of course, I believe that too. And I realize that there may be a time in some communities where word of mouth is so prominent that there's no other option. I mean, people find out, go see her. She's some sort of witch doctor, because I did live in small communities. So it wasn't quite what I was doing, but if they saw it that way and they knew the results in a small farming community, I was fine with that on some level. But we're not at this point in this time and age. What happens is that even when people refer to you, then they go look for you online to see what people are saying about you, or details about your practice, or all of those things. So it's like we can't hide anymore. We have to be out there and also put out there what we want people to know about us. And one of the mistakes, I covered this, I think, on the first day, is that we tend to lead with what we do rather than with what they want. And that's a mindset shift. And I'm just going to talk about an industry that I'm not impressed with, but that knows exactly how to get people to buy. And it's the pharmaceutical industry, right? Like in the States anyways, you can see these commercials, and for one moment, it just tells you what it does, but it's like all you see is happy people jumping in the air, and suddenly they're with their kids on the swings and their life has changed and they're feeling fabulous and fantastic. And it's like, and then it tells you the rest of it, all the small print, all the side effects and everything else. But it's like, that's low voice really fast. But what captures people is they want to feel good. Now, we know in our services, of course, we need to give them that. We need to give them what they want, or have them buy what they want. And that's what we have to put forward. But our obligation is to actually give them what they need. And that's another switch of mindset, if you think about it, because most people are not happy just to look for what they need. They don't even know what they need. We know, because of our own individual backgrounds or education or practices, what they might need. But most of the patients know what they want, and it's not as clear what they need. And yet practitioners lead often with what they think they need, which is like too deep, right? We have to think about those stupid commercials, on that level, people want the hope that something will help them. That's really what they want. And and I used to think, oh, that's so ridiculous. That feels so, that's awful. My role is completely to educate them on what they need, but it's like speaking another language. You have to start with where people are at, and that's the beauty. As much as I have also fabulous resistance to social media, the 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 beauty of having blogs and podcasts and all this is that you can then use that time to bring people through a journey of getting to know you better, getting to know themselves better, questioning, interesting, maybe I need that. Oh, interesting. But they're never going to start with that. So we can't start with that. We have to look at their journey. And if you put yourself in their position, and many people in healthcare had health issues, right? That's how many of us started, and we were looking for solutions. So we only found the solution through a path. And I think this is the thing we forget once we have solutions, how people start off. So I think that's one of the things. Give people what they want, as in, that's the first door. And then our obligation is to give them truly what they need. In fact, that's our duty to do that. And I feel at this point that it really is our duty to tell people about how we can transform their lives. So the idea of being that recluse, you know, by appointment only, you'll only see me when you book your appointment, etc., is kind of an outdated model. I think we need to be out there. People need to reach us. They need to have conversations with us. We need to make the entry point so much easier for people, so that they really can understand the benefits of what we have in store for them. So that's yeah, to me, it's a mind shift, and many of us don't know what to share. It's like, what do we put on social media? Like, we're tired of looking at people, what's on their plate, or the last silly thing they did. We don't have to use social media that way. We can inform people about the choices we make in our life, or look at it really from the journey of what they get to learn, to if they actually ended up working with us. I think I see a little bit of confusion. Are there questions on that? Because I can expand. And nope, we're all good. Okay. Then the last part is, and this took a bit of personal growth for me too, because I'm such an introvert that when I was invited at parties, I would not even say what I do, because I was afraid I'm going to then have to talk about business. And I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to be even more transparent, as in, like, that no one would actually see me. That's probably not the right word. It's more hidden. And I learned eventually that it's like, if you can help somebody, it's really wrong not to let them know that you can help them. And it's just, and maybe you're not like me and you're well past this, but this took me a long time to realize that it's okay for me to say, look, this is not the right time and place to discuss this, but why don't we set up a little time? Let's talk together, and let's see what you really want. And when they say what they want, if there's a fit, if you feel like, wow, you can absolutely help them, then when you say, let's move forward, I feel like I can help you, then do that with confidence. Because don't forget that clients and patients are in a world that is with so many mixed messages and so much lack of hope that their own bodies can do something, that we are beautifully made, and that sometimes all we need to do is trigger a healing response. And sometimes all we're missing are some basic nutrients, or sometimes we're missing some simple things. Like, healing is simple. And we tend to complicate it with diagnosis and disease management, and with the idea that we can't heal, which is what the main media and everything out there is, that the world view is that all these bugs and things and diagnoses are attacking us, and we are this, poor little victim, right? And I think because that's such a predominant worldview, it's our obligation to stand for the hope. And I'm not saying hope in the sense it's just hope, but it's not true. If you've been in practice, you know how resilient the body is, how amazing it is, right? I mean, it changes. I was in practice 30 years. I saw on average 150 people a week. I have seen miracles every day. It is what has fueled my passion and fueled my desire to keep going. So, and to make a stand for people, because it really is a time now for healers to stand up and offer their services, to be seen, to step out, and to help people, because people are so discouraged that they have any choice or say in the destiny of their own bodies, their health. And so so part of what I want to share with you, and it's tomorrow already, yes, tomorrow during the day, I want to work with mindset quite a bit and discuss these issues, because I think it's really important that we come to what we offer with the right mindset, so that we really can help people. So a lot of that we will be covering more in depth tomorrow, as well as, everything you need to set yourself up if you haven't done it already. So I'd love to hear what issues and problems you might be facing, or questions, because we're definitely in extremely trying times, to say the least. Is there anything else that I could address, or that you have issues with, or you can put it in the chat, or if you're on YouTube, Teresa will be able to pick them up and let me know. You can be anonymous, it's okay. So yeah, let me see if there's anything else I can guide you with, or share just from, what's happening, or what I know from my experience. I'm looking for anything, and Teresa, if there's anything, let me know.
I'm just checking on YouTube. It is a little bit behind, but just a second.
Okay, perfect. And those of you here on Zoom, are there any issues that, if you want to put it in the chat, that you'd like me to cover, or because basically all I can do is reflect what I had to overcome, and the practitioners I've been able to help, what I've been able to help them overcome. So I don't know what your needs are, so please feel free to share if there's anything. And also, what brought you here? So obviously something in the subject line attracted you, no doubt. What is it that I could possibly help you more with? Oh, okay. Let me see here. I need a way to schedule my social media posts. Do you know a good scheduler? Yeah. Okay, so that's an easy fix to schedule, right? That is something, I mean, yes, you can delegate that, obviously. there are all kinds of schedulers like Hootsuite. I'm trying to think of other ones that are easy enough to use. There's one that's quite good, but it doesn't do it for LinkedIn. So part of the question in answering scheduling, where are your people hanging out, right? Because that's going to define first what is the best platform for you. The other question is, what are you posting, and what part of the whole marketing are the posts, like who are they for? What part of the journey is it, like to bring new people in? Is it to keep connected with your old patients and clients? So all of this sort of depends where they're hanging out. And yeah, so so maybe a little bit more you could look at. Let me just put, I think there's more in here. Okay, so yeah, so the question is answered. It's more for the front line in explaining how their services could help them. Yeah, so then the next question, where are they? Where are your people? Because every social media platform has slightly different people that would be another question to ask. So they are both on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, all right. So then, if you're not worried about LinkedIn, I'm just trying to think. Teresa, can you remember the name of that one that we've just switched to? I'm trying to think of the name of that.
Buffer, I believe.
What is it?
Buffer.
Buffer, yes. Okay. So that's one to look at. So look at the different price points for how much. Some of them are completely free and some of them are easier to handle than others. So that's a very personal choice. But if you spend like a day creating social media, then you can easily, it's quite easy to put them there. Or you can delegate that job to somebody else and put everything in something called like Basecamp, or a place that you can hold that that information, so that they can then post it, right? So I think I've answered more or less that question. I also wanted to, Teresa has put in the where you can join me tomorrow. And I just want to make it clear, because of our tech issue with YouTube, we are not going to be doing it on YouTube tomorrow. We can't do the whole 3-day event. So I've changed it to a 1-day event. I'm still going to cover the content. There'll be no speakers that are coming, no outside speakers. I will be inviting them on a 1-day summit a little bit later too. So I'm trying to make sure that everyone that showed up and was there will have a chance to speak. But also I have decided, to those who join now and become VIP, I will actually spend 15 minutes with you on your particular business to see what might be the most logical next step. So that's just a little intro of the shift that we had to make very quickly. All right. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Well, and Teresa, if there's nothing else, then I'm going to sign off. And don't forget, there's a little video that is on YouTube that when you get to the main page called bowencollege.com mini course, you will see that there's a link to that. So you can, if you have missed the other ones, you can listen to them. And then I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Yeah, so it's bowencollege.com/mini-course. All right. Thanks, everyone.